Good afternoon or evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know I promised a little bit of information or some news from home, but I haven't actually heard from my handlers in the last couple of weeks. Supply drop came as per normal, so I've got food and water and all the necessities and stuff of life, but I'm still kind of sitting here by myself and with no news of the outside world. So tonight I have my usual offerings of the Shadow broadcasts, the radio show there. We've got Friends of Darkness, Horror in Wax, and Sabotage by Air. Enjoy.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Your local blue coal dealer presents The Shadow. These half-hour dramatizations are designed to forcibly demonstrate to old and young alike that crime does not pay. Before we start the first act of today's Shadow story, attention homeowners. If you want better heat with less furnace attention, here's what you do. Get in touch with your nearest blue coal dealer. Order a supply of blue coal, the fine quality hard coal that's been mined and prepared by the most modern methods and laboratory tested for quality. You'll find that blue coal offers you by far the most for your money in heating comfort and satisfaction. Don't fail to try it. Order your supply of blue coal tomorrow. The Shadow, mysterious character who aids those in distress, is in reality Lamont Cranston, wealthy young man about town. Cranston's friend and companion, the lovely Margot Lane, is the only person who knows to whom the unseen voice belongs. Today's story, Friend of Darkness.
It is not enough that you, ladies and gentlemen, give the blind to a sentences. They hardly need that, and most would rather not have it. They would rather win an appreciation of their attainments and talents. When one faculty is denied us, nature compensates by developing others. To illustrate that point, I've invited here to my home a young man who has been blind from birth. I take pleasure now in presenting to you Mr. Peter Blair. And, oh yes, I want you to meet Peter's best friend, his guide and companion. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Rex. Peter is going to demonstrate how generously nature has compensated him for the loss of his sight. You'll need a couple of volunteers to help with this. Lamont Cranston, will you be a courageous soul and come up here in front of all these nice people?
All right, Margot. I hope I'm not going to be sawed in half or anything like that.
No, Lamont, it's usually a woman that's sawed in half.
Right.
Now, we need one more volunteer. Commissioner Weston, I know you're not afraid of a crowd. Would you be so kind?
Gladly, Miss Lane, gladly.
That's fine. Now that we have our volunteers, I turn the platform over to you, Peter.
Thank you, Miss Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, I first want to express my deep appreciation to Miss Lane and all you ladies and gentlemen who are launching this campaign for the economic and industrial advancement of the blind. As Miss Lane has told you, nature generously compensates for the loss of the sight faculty. In my case, I've been endowed with a rare sense of touch, and I'll show you now to what extent that faculty has been developed. I hold in my hand a piece of steel 3 inches thick. Commissioner Weston, would you hold this piece of steel against your chest?
Why, yes, of course.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Cranston, will you take the commissioner's hand and hold your middle finger on his pulse?
Certainly. Come, Weston, come. There we are.
I suppose that's the first time you two men have been asked to hold hands. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to place my fingers on the piece of steel that's against Commissioner Weston's chest. I'll count the beat of the commissioner's heart through this steel. And Mr. Cranston will verify my count by the pulse beat. And we'll start on a signal from Miss Lane. All right, now, Miss Lane, whenever you say.
All right, when I say go. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. The commissioner's heart beat 10 times. We stopped on the 11th beat, Mr. Cranston?
Correct. 10 beats called exactly on the beat.
Where's the Skinner, Joe?
He's out with that police dog Prince he bought, teaching him something, he says.
I wonder what the Skinner has up his sleeve. He's been training that mutt for the past month.
I don't get it. First he holds us up in his shack, and then he goes in for dog training. It's got me.
Shut up. Here he comes. Hello, Skinner.
Hi, Skinner.
How'd the mutt do tonight?
I did okay. He's a smart hound. I had to slap him around a bit, but he gets the idea after a while. Give me a smoke, will you?
Certainly, Skinner. Hey,
Well, I guess this is the night.
Night for what?
To pull the stunt I've been planning on for a couple of months.
you mean you got something on the fire?
Yeah. You're gonna make some real dough. No penny ante stuff this time.
Gee, I thought we was going to spend our lives just training that mutt.
That hound is gonna be more important to the stunt I've got in mind than either of you guys.
What's on the slate?
You'll find out. It's a clipping I cut out of a paper about a month ago.
What is it?
The popular and beautiful Margot Lane launches Society for the Economic and Industrial Advancement of the Blind.
Oh, that's very interesting. You ain't going into society, are you?
Shut up, dope. There's a lot of stuff here about this Margot Lane, but here's what interests me. Among the demonstrations that amazed the guests was the feat performed by Peter Blair. Blind from birth, Blair registered the heartbeat of a guest through a thick piece of steel. This he did by placing the steel over the heart of one of the guests with his own fingers on the outer side.
So what?
So we can use that guy. Anybody that can feel a heartbeat through a piece of steel could feel the tumblers fall in the safe.
That's swell, but how you going to get the guy? Kidnap him?
Next. That carries a death sentence in this state.
Yeah. If you take a guy by physical force, it does. But it wouldn't be kidnapping if the guy walked in here without us laying a hand on him, would it?
You think the guy's nuts enough to do that?
I'm going to make him do it.
How?
Prince here will do it for us. This guy Blair is led around by a big police dog, just like Prince here. Rex is his name. Takes his dog to the park for exercise every night. We're going to watch for him tonight. When he lets his dog off the leash, we grab him and leave Prince in his place.
To lead Blair here?
Right. This shack is between the park and Blair's home.
Hey, that sounds all right, but wait a minute. What'll Prince do when we beat it?
Prince won't move from where I put him till he hears the name Rex. And he'll go to whoever says it.
Oh. That's what you've been teaching him to answer both names, huh?
That and about everything Blair's dog does.
Boy, that's thinking him up, believe me.
Well, when do we go?
Right now. We'll drive out of the park and wait for Blair. Come on, Prince. You're one of the gang now. There's Peter Blair now, sitting on that bench over there.
Is that his dog running around?
Yeah. Joe let Prince out of the car.
Right.
This is where we make the switch.
Okay. Come on, Prince. Come on.
Now, as soon as we get Rex over here to the car, we'll trade dogs. Prince, speak. Speak.
Hey, look. The other mutt stopped dead in his tracks. And now he's answering back.
Here he comes. All right, Prince. All right, boy, do your stuff. Ready to grab Blair's dog, you guys?
I'm all set.
He won't get away.
Hello, Rex. Nice, Rexy. Come here, boy. Oh, that's a good fellow. All right, fellas, grab and muzzle him.
Got him, Skinner.
In the car with a big snappy.
Shut up. You'll find your boss in a little while.
Okay, Skinner. We're all set. Dog's in the car.
Right. Now lie down on the grass, Prince. That's it. Now stay put till Blair calls for Rex. No, boy. Down.
That Prince ain't moving a muscle.
Boy, you sure got him trained.
Red, time to go home. Come on, Red.
Look at Prince. You heard him call.
Red, over it.
Say, look at Prince jump all over Blair. Like he knew him all his life.
He'll never know it ain't Rex.
Will you look at that? Prince is leading the guy right out of the park.
Right out of the park and right into our hands. Hey, you're acting a bit strange tonight, Rex. Is something wrong? Hey, why don't you answer me? You're sulking, are you? That certainly isn't like you. I'm surprised. What are you stopping here for, Rex? We're not near home yet. Is the car coming? Well, you found your voice at last. Rex, you've taken me to somebody's door. Stop pulling like... Rex, stop! What? Where am I? What place is this? Is anybody here?
Take it easy, buddy. You're among friends.
Margot, you're all excited. Something wrong?
Oh, yes, Lamont. A terrible thing has happened.
Sit down and tell me about it.
No, Lamont, I can't sit down, and neither can you. We've got to get to work this minute.
What is it, Margot?
Do you remember that nice blind boy?
Peter Blair?
Yes, that's right. He's gone.
Gone?
I was just talking to his mother on the
No,
phone.
wait, Margot. Wait, calm yourself. Now tell me, where has he gone?
Well, I don't know. Nobody knows. He's disappeared. His dog with him.
And when did this happen?
Well, he left the house last night for his usual nightly walk with Rex. He hasn't been heard from since. His poor old mother's nearly mad with anxiety.
Come on, Margot. We've got to start from where Peter Blair started and see if it won't lead us somewhere.
Take it easy, Blair. Nobody's going to hurt you.
Oh, I don't care what you do with me. What have you done with my dog, Rex?
He's okay for the time being. One of the boys are feeding him down in the cellar. Now let's you and me get down to business.
Oh, get it over with. I have no money if that's what you're after.
No, but you can get plenty for us. At least you can help us get it.
Help you? What do you mean?
Here's the dope. We've got a line on how to get into the State Street Bank. There's plenty of dough in that big vault. All you've got to do is plant them educated fingers of yours against the vault door and tell us when the tumblers fall.
You mean you want me to help you rob a bank?
That's just what we want, and that's just what you're going to do.
Oh, you must be mad to think I'd do anything like that.
Look here, Blair. I tried to be nice to you. I guess it ain't the right treatment. I got another medicine. A pretty bitter dose.
What do you mean?
You want to keep your dog, don't you?
Rex, well, of course. I'd be lost without him. He's my eyes. He sees for me.
You're going to the bank with us tonight or else.
Oh, you wouldn't. You wouldn't hurt Rex. That'd be as bad as killing a person, a helpless human.
You're going to do what we say or not?
Oh, I couldn't. I'd be a criminal. I couldn't do it.
Okay. You've had your chance. Marty?
Yes, what are you going to do?
You'll find out. Have you got your gun, Marty?
Yeah.
When I count 10, I want you to plug that dog of Blair.
Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, that's just how long you've got to make up your mind. To the count of 10. 1.
Oh, you wouldn't do that. You couldn't.
2. 3.
No, Rex.
4.
No.
5.
Please, for God's sake.
6. 7. 8.
Wait. All right. I'll do it.
We'll continue with the second half of the Shadow's adventure in just a moment. You know, householders, it's pretty hard to beat the satisfaction of having a perfectly heated home. And it's great to know that the fuel you're using is 100% safe, always dependable, and that it keeps furnace attention down to an absolute minimum. Now, that's exactly the kind of all-around heating comfort and satisfaction Blue Coal provides for thousands of American families every year. And if you haven't yet tried this superior quality fuel, don't put off a real treat. I can tell you that Blue Coal is America's finest hard coal, finest because it's mined from Pennsylvania's richest deposit. And then it's sized, screened, and prepared by the nation's largest hard coal producer, the Glen Alden Company. I can tell you, too, that each carload of Blue Coal undergoes a thorough laboratory test to ensure its quality before it leaves the yard. But if you'll just try Blue Coal and ask for it by name when you order your next fuel supply, then your heating problems will be over. For you'll find that Blue Coal requires less furnace attention, and your family will appreciate Blue Coal's steadier, more dependable heat. Just see if I'm not right. Call your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. His name is listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified phone directory under the words Blue Coal.
Well, good morning, Commissioner Weston.
Cranston. You must have ridden down here with a milkman. What are you doing around at this hour?
I've been anxious to know what the police are doing about the disappearance of Peter Blair.
Oh, you've got your fist in that now, huh?
Very much so, Commissioner. What news have you?
None. We've been dragging the river for his body all night, but we've found no trace yet.
I don't expect you will.
Why not? That's the most likely place to find him.
How do you think he was drowned?
Well, he was blind, wasn't he? He probably walked off the end of the pier.
I'm afraid, Commissioner, you underestimate his dog. That animal would never lead Peter Blair near enough to fall into water.
Well, and he might have jumped off, committed suicide.
What of the dog? Do you believe he also committed suicide?
Certainly not. But if he saw his master go off the pier, he might follow him. That's likely what happened. The dog was drowned going after his master.
I admit that such devotion is characteristic of dogs like Rex. But I'm afraid your water theory doesn't hold water.
Cranston, it's too early in the morning to get into an argument with you. I don't want to start my day off wrong. Now, will you...
Your phone's ringing, Commissioner.
I know it's ringing.
There goes your day.
Commissioner Weston speaking. What's that? The State Street Bank. Why, that's it. When did this happen? Yes, I'll be right down. Well, what do you know about that?
What's up, Commissioner?
The State Street Bank was robbed last night. The big vault was cleaned out. Why, I can't believe it. It's impossible.
It happened.
It couldn't.
It did.
Oh, shut up. Well, this vault was opened by a cracksman. He's the best one that ever lived. There's not a mark on the vault anywhere. No drills, no soup, nothing. Just open, that's all.
That seems to have been enough for the gang's purpose, Commissioner Weston.
Cranston, if you're going to let loose a theory, I'll lock you in that vault until I've completed this investigation.
I wouldn't lock anyone in that one if I were you, Commissioner. It's too easy to open.
Then keep out from under my feet.
Have you formed an opinion yet as to how this thing was accomplished?
Yes, I have. There's only one way it could be done. Only a person who knew the combination could have opened that vault.
Then you think it's an inside job?
Obviously. It would be impossible otherwise.
I'll grant you it has all the earmarks of an inside job. Still, it doesn't seem possible that an employee would take such a chance.
No, it doesn't, eh? Well, how do you think it was done, then?
It certainly is baffling. Say, Commissioner, I just thought of something.
Yeah, what?
Do you remember the night Margot launched the Society for the Advancement of the Blind?
Yes.
Do you recall Peter Blair, the boy who counted your heartbeat through a piece of steel?
Yes, I remember that. By George, I see it now. He could feel the tumblers in the safe just as he did the beat of my heart.
There may be others with a talent such as that.
Cranston, you hit something at last.
Oh, thanks.
Why didn't I think of him before? Why, he's the only man in the world who could have done this job.
Say, just a minute, Commissioner. You don't by any chance think Peter Blair robbed this bank?
Why, the whole thing ties in perfectly. He disappears mysteriously. The bank is robbed. Say, Blair's our man, all right.
No, Commissioner. He'd never do
Cranston,
anything.
he's the only one who could do it. I've been hunting him dead. Now I'm after Peter Blair, dead or alive.
What are you hollering about, Blair? We're only asking you to do one more job for us. And we'll beat it out of town and you can go home with your dog.
Oh, but I can't do it again. I just can't.
You'll do it all right. This job is a cinch. We got almost an open door to the National Bank. All right, men, here's the setup. Now, the watchman has coffee delivered from a lunch wagon every night at about 12 o'clock. He takes it from a kid at the side door. All we have to do is follow the kid into the alley, stick a gun in his ribs, make him ring the bell just as he always does. When the watchman opens the door to get his coffee, we go in.
Not into it. Oh, you'll be caught sooner or later, Skinner.
All right, Blair, it'll be later. Come on, fellas, let's go.
Right.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah?
I want you to stay here and get things together for the getaway. We're leaving town right after this job.
What do you want me to do?
Clean out everything. Don't leave a thing behind, get me? No evidence.
Right. Don't leave a thing. Yeah. How about Blair?
We'll handle him on the way back.
Right.
All right, you guys, into the car. Marty, take care of Blair. Come on, get going, you.
What's the matter, Mutt? You crying for your boss? Well, you won't miss him long. Skinner said clean up everything. That means you, too. And you, too, Prince. Your number's up. I guess I might as well get it over with. Shut up. Hey, Rex, get back there. Get back. Holy mackerel, right through the window. Hey, Prince, get down there. Get down. Crazy mutts.
When did Rex get home, Mrs. Blair?
Just a few minutes before I called you, Mr. Cranston, and he brought this other dog home with him.
I see. Why, he is exactly like Rex. The same markings. Well, no, boy, no. We're not talking about you. So, Mrs. Blair.
Yes, Mr. Cranston.
Have you noticed that this other dog responds when he hears the name Rex?
Yes, he acts like Rex in every way.
By George, I see it now, Mrs. Blair. This dog has been used as a substitute to lure your son away. What is it, Rex? What are you trying to tell me?
Mr. Cranston, Rex is pulling you toward the door.
Yes. You keep the other dog here, Mrs. Blair.
All right, Mr. Cranston.
Margot. Margot.
Yes, Lamar?
Follow us in the car. All right, Rex, old boy. I think I understand. Come on. Easy, Rex. Easy. I wonder why you've led us into this lonely neighborhood. Oh, up this hill is it, boy, huh? Margot, stop the car.
I think he's trying to call your attention to that shack up there, Lamar.
Yes, Margot. Evidently, that's where Peter Blair is or was. Turn off the headlamps, Margot. Wait here. The Shadow's going to see what or who is in that shack.
Be careful, Lamar.
I will, Margot. Come along, Rex. Come on, boy. Come on. Somebody's in here, all right. Let's see. The door's locked. Speak, Rex. That's a boy. Yeah, somebody's coming.
Well, so you come back, huh, Mutt? Get in here. Come on. You won't get away this time. The Skinner said clean up everything. Hey, am I hearing things?
So the Skinner told you to clear up everything, eh?
What? What was that? I don't see nobody. Who laughed?
I did.
Who are you?
I am the Shadow.
Shadow? Guy nobody can see.
Yes. Where is Peter Blair?
I ain't telling you nothing. I'm getting out of here.
Stay where you are.
I'm getting out of here. I'll shoot my way out.
Drop that gun.
Let go. Get the mud off me.
Drop that gun.
All right. I'll stop it. Call the mud off.
Let go his arm, Rex.
What do you want from me?
I want you to tell me where Peter Blair is.
I'll tell you if you let me out of here.
I won't bargain with you. I'm interested only in Peter Blair for the moment.
All right. I ain't going to be the fall guy in this. Blair's with the Skinner.
Where?
They're robbing the National Bank right now.
Hello, Commissioner Weston speaking.
Commissioner, this is the Shadow. I've got to talk fast, so listen carefully. The National Bank is being robbed right at this moment.
Robbed? By whom?
Skinner Cross and his gang. They've got Peter Blair with them.
Oh, so my dope was right. He's the guy that's been doing the dirty work.
Don't be a fool. Blair is innocent. The gang is forcing him to do this.
Yeah, so is Skinner Krause innocent. The boys are just doing this as a lark.
Commissioner, you've got to believe me. That boy is not a criminal.
Maybe not, but I'm not taking any chances.
What do you mean?
That Skinner gang is a bad outfit. I'm taking a squad of men over to that bank with orders to shoot to kill.
Commissioner, you can't do that. You may kill an innocent boy.
The order is shoot to kill.
Margot, we've got to get to the National Bank before Weston.
What happened, Lamont?
Peter Blair may be killed by the police. Hurry, Margot. Drive as fast as you can.
Okay, hold it. All right, Blair, what did you get on that turn? 55. Okay, spin the dial again, kid. Left this time. All right, stop. It's the last turn. We open now. What's the number, Blair?
I'm not going to tell you.
What?
No, I'm not going to be party to robbery anymore.
You tell me that number, I'll blow your head off.
Go ahead. You'll do it anyway, so I can't give information to the police
I'll
later.
give you one more chance. You going to tell us the number?
No, I'm not.
Why, you... What's that? Side doorbell. Who could it be? That'd be a friend of the watchman. What are we going to do, Skinner? Got to answer it, otherwise I wonder what happened to the watchman. Come on, all of you.
All right, come on.
As soon as I open this up, you grab whoever it is, drag him inside.
Right.
All right, here we are. You guys get back there. Palm your rods. I'll open it up. What is this? Nobody out here.
What? That's funny. What do you make of it, Skinner?
I don't like it. Better finish this job quick and scram.
You better not wait to finish the job, Skinner.
Who was that?
The Shadow.
Shadow?
Yes. I've got no time to waste, Skinner. Circumstances force me to be here alive for the moment. I've got to warn you that the police are on their way here with orders to shoot to kill.
I ain't falling for that, Shadow.
Maybe the guy's telling the truth, Skinner.
I'd hardly warn you if it weren't necessary to save the life of an innocent man.
Listen, Skinner, the cops, you hear him?
Yeah, it's a straight goods.
Straight, fellas.
Oh, don't leave me here. The police will shoot me.
Don't be afraid, Peter. Just do as I say. Follow the sound of my voice and I'll lead you out. The Skinner and his gang have run into the police. Come along, Peter. We've got to hurry. This way, Peter.
Hold your guns, man. There he is. The real brains of the gang. We've caught up with you, Blair.
Just a minute, Commissioner.
The Shadow.
Yes, Commissioner.
You certainly got here fast.
Just barely fast enough to keep you from making a complete fool of yourself.
Where's my dog? Where's Rex? What's happened to him?
He's in a car not far from here. If you call out loud enough, he'll hear you.
What? Rex? Rex! Rex! Oh, it's he. It's Rex. He's hurt me.
Now, see here, Shadow. I'm not going to let this fellow off so easy. He's got a lot of explaining to do.
Very well, Commissioner. It'll all be explained so even you will understand.
Oh, Rex, old fellow. Oh, I thought sure you were done for. I'm so glad you're all right.
My George, I've never seen a dog act so happy. Cute son of a gun. Come on, Blair. I think we can talk this thing over.
Well, you've got two fine animals now, Peter. You going to keep them both?
No, Mr. Cranston. I'm going to give Prince to a sightless friend. You'll be a great companion for him.
No doubt about it.
Look at Rex and Prince gobble that ice cream.
I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Cranston, and you too, Miss Lane, for everything you've done for
Oh,
us.
don't mention it, Peter.
I wish it were possible to thank our invisible friend, the Shadow, too.
I'm sure he feels your gratitude, Peter. I'll wager that none of his exploits brought him more satisfaction than the apprehension of the Skinner and his gang. Men do terrible things, but the man is particularly depraved who would rob the sightless of a great and devoted friend, his dog.
And now here's Blue Coal's heating expert, John Barclay.
Thank you, Ken Roberts, and good afternoon, friends. One investment every homeowner can make, which will pay big returns in comfort and convenience, is to install a Blue Coal heat regulator. I've heard some people say what time and trouble savers their oil and gas burners are. But those people forget that their oil and gas burners are dependent upon thermostat control for their heating performance and for maintaining an even degree of temperature. By simply installing a Blue Coal heat regulator for your coal furnace, you too can control room temperatures and enjoy exactly the same kind of heating comfort that the most expensive oil or gas burner could give you. The Blue Coal heat regulator is a thermostat which controls your furnace dampers automatically. All you need do is set the thermostat control at the exact temperature you wish. Your heat regulator will maintain that temperature day and night. What's more, it will stop your house from becoming overheated in warmer weather and save you from wasting coal. Get in touch with your nearest Blue Coal dealer. He'll be glad to show you how a Blue Coal heat regulator can pay for itself in the time, trouble, and amount of coal it saves you. I thank you.
Today's program is based on a story copyrighted by the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. The Shadow magazine is now on sale at your local newsstand. Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort.
Your local blue coal dealer presents The Shadow. These half-hour dramatizations are designed to forcibly demonstrate to old and young alike that crime does not pay.
Before the curtain rises on Act One of today's adventure with the Shadow, remember this, homeowners. Because of abrupt changes in temperature, the coming months are the most treacherous of the entire year. So do the safe thing, the wise thing, and order blue coal for your next fuel supply. You'll find that this quality-tested hard coal gives steadier, more healthful heat. It's easier to bank and control, and it burns evenly and prevents your home from becoming suddenly chilled or overheated. Remember the name, Blue Coal, for perfect home heating comfort in any kind of weather. The Shadow, mysterious character who aids those in distress and helps the forces of law and order, is in reality Lamont Cranston, wealthy young man about town. Cranston's friend and companion, the lovely Margot Lane, is the only person who knows to whom the unseen voice belongs. Today's story, Horror in Wax.
Lieutenant Carter, I want you to check that new list of stolen cars with the 4 o'clock detail before the men go on duty.
All right.
You, Benson, take a squad of 20 men and help Cardona with the detail that's guarding the mayor at that rally tonight.
Okay.
And you, Brophy, you better... just a minute. Hello? Commissioner Weston speaking. What's that? When did this happen? All right. Give me the address. Yeah. 22 Prince Street. I got that. Yeah. I'll send a man out right away. Brophy.
Yes, Commissioner Weston.
This is a job for you. Rest of your men can go now. Get out on the job and keep awake. Here you are, Brophy. Take this address. It's a rooming house out on the south side. Woman's been found dead in one of the rooms.
Ah, now the poor thing. Murdered by some blackguard, I suppose.
Never mind shedding any tears about it. Get out there and find out what happened.
There she is, Lieutenant Brophy. Dying just the way I found her when I came up to clean her up this morning.
Who is this woman?
Never saw her before.
Didn't you enter the room?
No. I rented the room to 2 men. They came in last night. They were gone this morning. She must have come in during the night.
Did they leave baggage or anything?
Oh, they brought nothing with them and took nothing, I guess.
Well, I'll look her over and see what they've killed her with, if they killed her. Well, she certainly is a finder. The saints above, what do you call this?
You found something?
Hard enough to curl me tongue so I can't say a word. Here, feel that hand there.
You want me to touch her? Oh, no. No, you don't.
The hand is as stiff and hard as a rock, and so is the arms and her face. Why, sure, this is no woman at all. It's a wax figure.
Wax figure?
Certainly. The lads that rented the room and left us here were likely as not a couple of dress salesmen. Nothing more.
Then she's not really dead?
No deader than she's ever been. It's the devil's own things they send a police officer out on nowadays.
Well, what'll I do with this wax figure?
You leave it where it is. We'll send the wagon for it. Maybe the wives of one of the men can cut her clothes on it. But, Commissioner Weston, it's the truth I'm telling you. It was nothing more than a wax figure as hard as rock.
A fine thing to leave behind in a furnished room. Well, you better send the wagon out there. Hello?
Commissioner Weston,
Yes, who's this?
this is the Shadow, Commissioner.
Yes, well, what do you want now? We've had peace and quiet around here lately. Say, just a minute. Hold the wire a second.
Listen to that Shadow fellow, Brophy. I'm going to have some fun with him, listen.
Shadow, we just got a case that has us all baffled. Would you like to help us?
Of course, Commissioner. You know I'm always willing to lend whatever assistance I can.
Oh, fine. Well, here's the dope. A woman's been found dead at 22 Prince Street out on the south side. We don't know who she is or how she died or a thing about her. I'll put the case into your hands if you want to tackle it.
Well, I'd be glad to, Commissioner. I'll go out there right away and investigate.
That's fine. But, Shadow, you've got to make me one promise.
Well, yes, Commissioner. What is it?
Well, the medical examiner hasn't cleared the case yet. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't touch the body or disturb it in any way.
All right, Commissioner. I hardly think it'll be necessary.
Well, good luck then, Shadow. I'll see you later.
Oh, no, Commissioner. You'll hear me later.
How's that? Oh, yeah, okay. I'll hear you later. Bobby, he fell for it.
Yeah.
Fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
I'd give me eye teeth to be there when he examines that dead body.
This is funny, Brophy. We've got the Shadow, the great crime expert, investigating the death of a wax figure.
Well, Lamont, he searched every inch of this room, but there's not a single thing that would identify this woman's body.
No, Margot. I didn't expect there would be.
Perhaps I'd better search the clothing.
No, Margot. Don't touch the body. Commissioner Weston specifically asked me not to.
But there might be a tag on the clothing or something.
Hardly. The men who left his body here planned it too well to leave any telltale markings. You'll notice that even the manufacturer's name has been scraped off the soles of the shoes.
The features have a strange wax-like appearance.
Yes. Amazingly wax-like.
Well, if there's nothing more to do here, Lamont, I must be a bit sorry to leave as soon as possible.
All right, we'll go, Margot. Commissioner Weston is probably waiting for the Shadow's report on the case, and we don't want to meet any of his men here. We mustn't disappoint the commissioner.
Wait a minute, Brophy, till I see who this is. Hello? Commissioner Weston speaking.
Hello, Commissioner. This is the Shadow.
Oh, yes. Well, Shadow, how did you make out? Have you made any progress on that case I gave you?
Yes, Commissioner. A little, I think. The case is fairly obvious.
You don't say.
The woman did not meet her death in that room.
What's this? You're sure about that, I suppose?
Positive. She died someplace else and was brought to the room.
Well, no, it didn't take you long to figure that out, did it? What are you going to do, Shadow?
We've got to find the men who brought the woman there.
You're getting off on the right foot, all right. But how are we going to find them? Have you figured that one out?
Not exactly. But I'm not going to waste any time. You hold the body until you hear from me.
Oh, you're sure we're going to hear from you, aren't you?
You'll hear from me a lot sooner than you expect, Commissioner.
Well, now, in that case, Shadow. Shadow. He's hung up. Trophy. Did you hear that? Every word, Commissioner. I worked right. This is about the funniest thing I've ever run across.
You pulled him good, Commissioner. She didn't die there, he says. I was right in that. He certainly was.
You're regarded, Professor Whitehead, as an outstanding authority in these matters, and I want you to know that I trust your judgment implicitly.
Thank you, Cranston. Of course, it's a fairly common knowledge that from time immemorial, scientists have labored with the idea of preserving life through freezing, waxing, mummifying, and various other such methods.
Yes, I read on it recently where a group of Russian scientists froze a man and then performed a very difficult operation. I believe the man survived.
It's very possible, Miss Lane.
But this waxing process, Professor, preserving the human form by turning it to wax, have you had any personal contact with such cases?
I haven't actually participated in such experiments, but I've followed them quite closely. In fact, here's a book right here on my shelf. Yes, this is it. This is an account of the experiments of Dr. Jean Fenot, famous French scientist. He invented a chemical which he injected into the arm. Within a few hours, the subject assumed not only a wax-like appearance, but all organs were stilled, and a state of suspended animation attained.
Well, what happened to Fenot? Did he continue these experiments?
No, he never got the chance. He was laughed out of the community where he lived. When he revealed the fact that he had waxed the body of a young girl, he was stoned.
And what happened to the girl?
Oh, Fenot revived her right enough. The experiment was entirely successful.
Then he not only had a waxing process, but also an antidote to revive the subject.
Yes, a restorative, he called it. By the way, here's a picture of Fenot in this book.
Oh? Well, rather an interesting-looking face, don't you think so, Margot?
Hmm? Yes, very interesting. But one I wouldn't care to meet on a dark road.
Well, do you think Dr. Fenot is still alive, Professor?
That I am not prepared to say, Mr. Cranston. It was reported he came to America 10 years ago. In any case, he dropped from sight about that time.
I see. Well, I'm very much obliged to you, Professor. We must leave now. This talk has been most interesting. And I promise you, it will result in something even more interesting.
Are you nearly finished, Lamont?
Yes, Margot. Quite finished. We've checked every wax figure dealer in this entire territory. The business connections of all of them are easily accounted for. That is, all but one. This Cosmos Wax Figure Company. I can't find a single firm that does business with them.
Perhaps there's something in that.
I don't know, Margot, but I think that... Oh, that's probably my friend Vic Marquette, the Internal Revenue Department. Hello?
Oh, is that you, Cranston?
Oh, yes, Vic. Have you found anything?
Well, that Cosmos company you inquired about.
Yes?
Yeah, there's a ship due at quarantine in a few hours with a large consignment of wax figures for them.
You say the ship is due in a few hours?
Yeah?
Vic, I want you to do me a favor.
All right.
I want you to assign Miss Lane and myself to the custom detail that goes on board that ship, the Quarantine.
Oh, I don't know what you got up your sleeve, Cranston. It's not exactly official. Oh, I guess it can be arranged.
All right, we'll be right down. I'll explain matters to you then.
What are we going to do now, Lamont?
I'm only playing along on a hunch. But if it works out, Margot, I think we'll have a little surprise in store for our friend, Commissioner Weston. You're the man in charge of this shipment of wax figures?
Oui, monsieur.
Do you always store them in staterooms? Wouldn't it be less expensive to ship them in the hold with other freight?
Oh, but, monsieur, these figures are not freight. They're works of art, as you can see.
Yes, they're really amazing. I don't believe I've ever seen such lifelike figures.
Yes. The attention to detail is astounding. Even to birthmarks and scars. Well, we're very much obliged to you for letting us see these figures, sir. And good night.
Good night, monsieur. Good night, madame.
Good night.
Don't say anything for a moment, Margot. Let's get down to the companionway. Here, Margot. Now tell me, did you notice anything unusual about those figures?
I thought they were simply astounding reproductions of the human features.
No, I don't mean that. Did you notice on the left arm of each, there was the tiniest puncture, such as might have been made by a hypodermic needle?
No, Lamont, I hadn't noticed. What do you think it means?
I don't know exactly, Margot. But we're following that shipment of wax figures to its destination.
In a moment, you'll hear Act 2 of today's story. Homeowners, the finest quality anthracite that you can buy is blue coal. It's the only trademarked anthracite. The only coal which is colored a harmless blue to identify it and to guarantee you that you'll get the most for your money in heating results and satisfaction. That's why it's important to insist on blue coal by name when you order fuel. Once you've used blue coal, you'll agree with me and with countless thousands of satisfied homeowners that it certainly is different from ordinary hard coal. And that difference is in the steadier, more healthful heat blue coal gives you, plus the fact that it requires less furnace attention. That's because blue coal is a guaranteed product of Glen Alden, the nation's largest coal company. Each ton of blue coal is carefully sized, prepared, and washed to remove any existing impurities. But most important of all, each carload is submitted to a thorough laboratory test to guarantee its superior quality before it's accepted for shipment. Those are the reasons why blue coal banks and burns better and gives longer intervals between firing. Those are the reasons why it will pay you to order blue coal by name if you want perfect all-around heating comfort and satisfaction in the treacherous months ahead. Call your nearest dealer. His name is listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the words Blue Coal.
Stop the car right here, Margot.
All right.
That's the Cosmos building, just ahead there.
Dingy-looking place, Lamont. Doesn't appear as though there's anybody inside.
Yes, there is, though, Margot. Look down at the back there. You can just see a bar of light filtering through that shuttered window.
Oh, yes. What do you suppose they could be doing in there at this hour of the night?
They've already gotten the shipment of wax figures from that freighter. That's probably what occupies them now. Better turn off your headlights.
All right.
We'll sit here and wait a while.
Look, Lamont. That side door is opening. Someone's coming out.
Sit tight, Margot, and watch.
It's a man. He's coming this way.
Yes. Quiet. Margot, Look at this man. Look at his face.
Why? Well, Lamont, this is amazing. It just can't be possible.
Quite possible, Margot. That man who had just walked past was one of the wax figures we saw on the freighter tonight.
Why, it's like seeing someone step out of the grave.
It may be little less than just that, Margot. Men stepping out of the grave.
Lamont, you don't actually...
I don't know what it is, Margot. I've only got a hunch. I'm going to see if I can't get a glance through that window back there.
I'll come along, Lamont.
No, you better stay here.
I'd feel more comfortable with you.
All right, Margot. If you feel better, come along. We'll have to be very careful, Margot.
The rest of the building seems to be deserted. All but that one room.
Yeah, they're all probably busy in the back. Let me take your hand, Margot. It's pretty steep here. Yeah, quiet now, Margot. This window may be open. They might hear us. I'll see if I can take a peek through this crack here.
See anything?
Margot. Look.
Why, the room is fixed up like a laboratory.
Yes. There's some more of the figures we saw on board ship.
That man with his back to us. He's dressed like a doctor.
Yes. I hope he turns around so we get a good look. Margot. Over there in the corner. Recognize that face?
Why, yes. It's the man that was in the ship cabin. The one who took care of the wax figures.
Right.
There, Lamont, the other man's turned around. Look at him.
Yes.
Isn't that the man whose picture Professor Whitehead showed us?
Yes, Margot. It's Dr. Furneaux.
What do you suppose they're doing?
I can't see. They're working at the other end of the room, mostly. Margot, you go back to the car.
What are you going to do?
Look around here and see if there isn't any way of getting into this place.
There's a gang of men in there, Lamont.
I've got to take the chance, Margot. Now go, Margot, quickly, quickly. This is a matter for the shadow.
All right, Lamont, but do be careful. Even the shadow might be shot.
Doctor, this one is coming too.
Very good. Give the wax figure another injection of the restorative. Half quantity this time.
Say, Doc, that guy's groaning like he was in awful pain.
That is as it should be, Chip. The muscles and tissues are losing their rigidity. The process is often very painful.
Gee, this sure is a great idea of yours, Doc. Imagine turning people to wax with a jab of a needle, and with a jab of a needle, bringing them back again.
Don't have quite so much to say, Chip.
I wonder how people would react if they knew of your great accomplishment, Doctor.
They would laugh. Laugh as they always do at things they don't understand. They laughed me out of the legitimate pursuit of my science. But now I have the satisfaction of accomplishment.
Oh, where am I? Where am I?
Say, that guy's coming too now, Doc.
You're all right, my man. You've reached your destination.
Then this is America? I am in the United States?
Yeah. Put these clothes on. You must leave here at once.
You will listen to my instructions, my good man, and be sure you follow them to the letter.
Yes.
In addition to the sum you have already paid us for smuggling you into this country, remember that our agreement is that you pay us 25% of your earnings for the next 5 years. After 5 years, you will return for another injection of the restorative. If you fail to come back for this injection, you will become wax again, and for all time. If you fail in your obligation to us, or if you ever reveal the means by which you were smuggled into the country, you will be denied the restorative. The effect, of course, will be the same. You understand?
I understand.
Try stand and go.
Monsieur le Docteur, this one, he does not revive.
I'm afraid he will not. You men on the boats are becoming very careless with the waxing fluid. We had a girl die on our last shipment.
But I assure you, Doctor, I followed your instructions exactly. One injection, so much as is in this hypodermic, every 12 hours.
You must have miscalculated the time. My solution cannot fail. Here, Chip, this body will have to be disposed of, as you disposed of the girl a few days ago.
Okay, Doc, it's as good as done.
I want you to... What's that?
What's the matter? You hearing something?
I thought I heard footsteps outside.
I'll take a walk around outside. No use taking chances.
I will go with you.
Okay, we'll take this guy out with us. Come on, you.
Yes, I am dressed now. I go.
Be right back, Doc.
Chip,
What is it, Moorehead?
that car over there. Do you see anybody in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see a face. It's strange that anyone would sit in a lonely place like this with the lights out. No?
Yeah, it does look kind of fishy. Let's find out what it's all about. Come on, Murat. Keep your gun handy.
There is somebody in the car.
Looks like a girl. What do you know about that?
I do not like it.
She won't like it either when we get through with her. What are you doing in here, lady? Waiting for the morning mail?
Who are you? What do you want?
We want to know who you are and what you want.
That's none of your business.
You're a fresh dame, eh? Yeah? What's the matter?
This girl, I have seen her before. Yes, I know. She was with the custom man aboard the ship.
Oh, yeah? Come on, lady. Get out of that car.
I'll not get out of this car. You get away from here.
Grab her, Murat. Keep your hand over her mouth, Murat. We'll take her into the doctor. Come on. Lift her up.
There is no question about it, monsieur le docteur. She is the one who came aboard the freighter with the customs officer.
Customs, Mal, huh?
You let me out of this place, you hear?
You did not come here alone, madame. Who is with you?
There's nobody with me.
What were you snooping around for?
I wasn't snooping around. I was sitting in my car.
Madame, you impose a very unpleasant duty upon me.
What do you mean?
I do not know how much knowledge you have acquired around here, but I must be certain that whatever it is, you will never have a chance to communicate it to anyone else.
What do you intend to do?
Murat, give me that hypodermic.
Oui, doctor.
Don't you dare! Keep your hands off me!
Madame, I regret that I must give you an injection of this fluid. In a few minutes, you will turn to wax.
Oh, no.
In that condition, you shall remain
No.
for all time.
No, let me go, let me out of here!
Murat, hold her tightly. Come here.
That gag will keep her quiet for a while.
Pull her sleeve up, Murat.
Oui, doctor.
That's it. Now the hypodermic.
Not quite so fast, Doctor.
Who was that? Who spoke?
I did, Dr. Furneaux.
Who are you?
I am the Shadow.
Shadow?
I do not understand. What is the shadow?
I've heard of this guy. He's the enemy of the underworld. Nobody can see him.
This girl, she is with him?
Yes. Dr. Furneaux, release her. Take that gag out of her mouth.
You are very clever, monsieur. Very clever. But I think you will find I'm not so easily beaten.
Do as I tell you.
I don't want to have any fight with this Shadow.
Nor do I.
You are cowards, both of you.
I'm getting out of here.
I will go too.
Chip, Murat, you will not run out on me.
I'm going.
Stay where you are.
You stay if you want. Murat. You're shot, Murat.
Yes.
And now you.
And now, Shadow, where are you?
Right beside you. And I...
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, my arm.
There, Furneaux. Your gun is on the floor. You're helpless. Now will you be so foolish as not to do what you're told?
Very well. I cannot fight the unseen. What do you wish?
Remove the gag from the lady's mouth.
Of course. There you are.
Oh, get me out of here. Get me out of this horrible place.
You're all right, Margot. There's nothing more to fear.
Madame, I will get you a glass of water.
Oh, no, you don't, Doctor. Be too easy to poison the water. Dr. Furneaux, you are coming with me.
And where would you take me?
To the police. They will deal with you.
I am afraid I will have to disappoint you, monsieur. Life and the people of the world have humiliated me enough. They will never subject me to the humiliation of a criminal cell.
What do you mean, Doctor?
This hypodermic I hold in my hand will answer your question most eloquently. Many people have known the result of my great discovery. Now, I shall know it myself in its ultimate.
Doctor, I beg of you, don't destroy yourself. There's always hope for a man of your skill, even though you've so grossly misused it.
No, monsieur. The world laughed once. Now it will neither laugh nor weep. One injection. An overdose. So, and you shall witness firsthand, monsieur, the results of a great discovery.
Doctor, don't. You mustn't do
It
this.
is done, monsieur. It is done. I destroy the last bottle of the restorative. Now, my secret dies with me.
Lamont, look. His skin is turning white. His body is becoming rigid.
Yes, Margot. Watch. He's turning to wax. Just as he's turned others.
Oh, Lamont, I I can't bear any more. Take me out of here. Take me out of the bus. Take me home. You mustn't worry any more, Lamont. I'm quite all right now.
Well, now, you've given me a couple of very anxious days, Margot, since our encounter with Dr. Fenot.
I'm sure I could never stand such an experience again. Now it appears it's something I've dreamed. Lamont, what of those people Fenot smuggled into the country? They'll die in 5 years if they don't receive the injection.
Why, Margot, that was simply a bluff. I've checked through Fenot's notes. He used this ruse simply to hold them to their promises. They're quite safe.
I'm glad.
It's strange. But I suppose, in a way, Commissioner Weston has the laugh on me after all. For my part, I don't feel there's much reason for laughing. As evil as Dr. Fenot was, and as badly as he misused his great talents, I can't help but feel that his discovery might have had potentialities for good beyond belief. Perhaps it will occur again in a mind worthy of great things.
Now a word from Blue Coal's heating expert, John Barclay.
Thank you, Ken Roberts, and good afternoon, friends. You know, you just can't operate your furnace efficiently and economically unless you understand how to regulate your furnace dampers. Every furnace should be equipped with 3 dampers. The ash pit damper, located at the base of the furnace below the grate level. The turn damper, located in the smoke pipe behind the check damper and the boiler. And the check damper, located between the turn damper and the chimney. In milder weather, when you want a slow-burning, lasting fire, the check damper should be wide open, the ash pit damper closed. It is very important that your check damper be large enough to adequately check the fire. If it is not, it will certainly pay you to have an additional check damper installed by your plumber. If you're having trouble in regulating your furnace, your Blue Coal dealer will gladly send a John Barclay serviceman to give your heating plant a thorough inspection. There is no charge or obligation for this service. I thank you.
Today's program is based on a story copyrighted by the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. The Shadow magazine is now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort. your local blue coal dealer presents The Shadow. These half-hour dramatizations are designed to forcibly demonstrate to old and young alike that crime does not pay. Before we present the first act of today's Shadow story, a brief reminder to you homeowners. You all know what an unpredictable month March is. The weather's blustery, bitter cold one day and mild the next. And I don't have to remind you how very dangerous those extremes of temperature are to the health of everyone in your family. Now, if you want to ensure steady, comfortable warmth inside your home and help prevent late winter colds and illness, here's what you do. Call your nearest blue coal dealer. Get a supply of blue coal, the quality-tested hard coal that guarantees you steadier, more healthful heating performance and satisfaction. Don't gamble with just any ordinary coal. Insist on blue coal. Ask for it by name. It's the coal that's trademarked blue, so you can identify it at a glance. It's the coal that will give you better heat with less furnace attention. As our story opens, we find Lamont Cranston with his friend Margot Lane in his apartment, busily turning the dials of a shortwave radio receiver.
Margot, a few nights ago, I came across a very peculiar noise on the radio. Couldn't figure out what it was, so I got my recording set out tonight, and I'm going to make a record of this strange broadcast.
Yes, I remember when you first got the recorder. We recorded everything we could think of. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, particularly our duets. Well, listen, there it is. Start the machine. We'll record it right now.
The oddest thing I've ever heard. It doesn't make any sense.
I can't make head or tail out of it. It doesn't sound like a human voice, and yet it's... Wait. I'll play our recording back on the phonograph. See, now, wait a minute. There.
Can we make it play slower? We might be able to analyze it better.
Oh, yes, I'll slow it down.
We cannot bring it down on land at
Margot, it's a man's voice. Why, it's very clear when the record is played slower. What a simple trick. They've merely made a record at a slow speed and played it fast so you can't get it.
But how could anyone receive the message?
They must have a recording outfit like mine and play it back at the lowest speed. Let's listen to the record again.
Yes.
Yeah, just a minute, I'll start it. There's the group.
Operator Steve, you battle plane lands here tonight. This mystery ship will be destroyed tomorrow.
Margot.
We will fly this plane to the Gordon Lightship and then 10 miles due south.
Gordon
We will
Lightship?
cruise to that point in our boat and pick us up. This plane will be destroyed at sea.
What do you suppose?
We cannot bring it down on land at any cost. It will never be recovered. We have the only existing set of plans, and the designer is dead. Operator 1 in command.
Do you know what that means, Margot?
No, I don't know.
A new Army plane is due tomorrow or next day at the aerodrome. It's one of the most revolutionary inventions in the history of military aviation. Only one of these planes has been built. And not one of the men who worked on its construction was permitted to know all its secrets. And its designer is dead.
Oh, I see.
With this plane in the hands of an invading power, this country would be wiped out before our defenses could be
Well,
mobilized.
tell me about it. What kind of plane is it?
The plane is revolutionary in design, Margot. It's equipped with a very intricate shortwave radio control outfit. By means of this shortwave, one of the planes can control up to 50 flying bombs.
Flying bombs.
That's precisely what they are. Unpiloted miniature airplanes. They're extremely fast, can be directed by the mothership at any target, from a speedy bombing plane to an army tank or battleship. As far as I know, they've only built 3 or 4 of the flying bombs.
We have so little to work on. What can we do?
We've got to find the shortwave station that broadcast that record.
But how can we ever find it?
You know, Margot, the closer you get to a broadcasting station, the louder the program comes in.
Yes, naturally.
In my car, I have a simple device with a needle and dial that shows accurately when you're getting near a radio transmitter. With the aid of that device, Margot, we're sure to find that station.
I don't think it's any use of any further west, Lamont.
What does the dial read now, Margot?
It's down to 9.
Well, we'll go southeast now.
The signal is getting stronger, Lamont. The dial reads 20 now.
Good. Covered every inch of the city. There must be a road that goes further east from here.
Well, the only place I know east of here is Robbers Reef. Do you think it could... Oh, it couldn't be out there. Why, there's only an old tumble-down house on the reef.
I think you've hit it, Margot.
How do you get there?
There's an alley between a couple of these buildings here that leads out onto a sort of short, narrow sandbar connecting the mainland with the end of the reef.
Is that it there between those old buildings?
So hard to see in this fog.
There.
Yes, that must be it. We'll try anyway.
It's the gloomiest place I've ever seen. Lamont, look. The dial reads 30.
Good. We're headed right. Margot, I'm going to stop here. Now, you stay in the car. Keep the doors locked. Till I come out of the house.
Please don't go in there, Lamont.
I won't, Margot. But I think the shadow will pay a call.
That's awful funny. What was that? Who's there?
Only the shadow.
The shadow. Well, who are you? Where are you hiding? I can't see you.
I'm hiding in the shadows, where no man can see me.
What'd you come here for? What do you want?
I came to listen to you play that record you have in your hand.
You can't do it. Nobody can hear these records, not even my son.
Your son?
Yes, this is his shortwave radio set. He lets me run it when he's at work nights.
Did you make these records?
You think I'm crazy? Of course not. Well, it don't even make sense. Some darn fool pays me $5 to play him on the air. He says it's just a joke, and they do sound pretty funny.
Who is he?
And down if I know, he's some kind of a foreigner. Comes here every so often and leaves me some more of them to play.
What's your name?
Joe Ryan.
Of course, Joe. I knew you, and all about these records. I was just testing you.
Yeah.
You and I are going to play a joke on our friend. I'll bring a record here in a little while, just like one of his. And I'll pay you $10 to play it in place of the one you've got there. You think it's a great joke?
$10. You're twice as much of a darn fool as he is.
What do you mean?
You're paying me just twice as much. That's why the joke's on you.
You think it's very funny, too.
Well, here's to you, Corbin. I guess our work's about done. Tomorrow the Army's new plane will disappear, and so will we.
Yes, Balla. You'll be all finished up. It's been a pleasure working with you. Perhaps your methods are a bit ruthless, but they produce results. Shall we listen into your last shortwave broadcast and record it? Just as a souvenir. No, it's time for it now.
Well, all right, tune it in.
Such a simple idea, that high-speed recording. No one in the world can understand that.
Wait a minute. Listen, there's something wrong with that message. It's a good thing we are recording it.
I think it's your imagination, Balla. It sounds like all the rest of your records.
I know what my voice sounds like even at high speed. Now, play the recording back at the slow speed. Listen.
Operator 1. Operator 1. Your plan to steal the new Army bomber
Sounds
has
very
been discovered.
strange.
If you do not want this plan revealed, come at once to Joe Ryan's shack on Robbers Reef. If you want your secret to remain a secret, come immediately, for I have things of grave importance to discuss with you. I'll be waiting for you, Operator 1. This is the Shadow.
Shadow? I've heard of him. He's dangerous. Perhaps we should leave tonight, Balla. You have the only plans and the designer's dead. Let's leave at once.
Fool, we have yet to destroy the plane. Besides, Corbin, the Shadow knows too much. Balla will teach him a lesson he has long needed. Balla will teach him not to meddle with affairs of importance. Let's go at once. Don't drive so fast, Corbin. This fog is pretty thick.
But you told me to hurry.
Yes, but it would be a pity to disappoint the Shadow. Put out your headlights, Corbin. We turn on to Robbers Reef here.
All right.
Drive slower, you fool.
I'm just barely creeping.
No, we can't take any chance on any accidents now. Look, what's that? Right ahead of us.
It's a cloud with no lights. Cloud with no lights. Coming in from Robbers Reef.
It must be the shadow. Quick, Corbin, steer out of its way.
I can't without going into the bay.
It's going to hit us. Look out!
Are you all right?
Yes. Fortunately, we're both going very slowly.
Somebody getting out of that car.
Stop where you are before I shoot. Corbin, flash a light on his face.
It's a woman.
I thought it was our friend, the shadow. What are you doing out here, young lady?
I lost my way.
And why are you driving without lights?
Well, I thought I could see better that way in the fog.
I don't believe you. Corbin, look in the car and see if there's anyone else.
Yeah.
Perhaps you brought someone out to Robbers Reef. Young
I don't
lady,
know what you're talking about. I tell you, I lost my way.
Well, we'll soon find out. You are coming with me.
No one else in the car, Paula.
Good, Corbin. I'm sure there's nothing the matter with the cars. Drive hers into the water. Then bring ours to Joe Ryan's shack. The young lady and I are going to walk. Unless she is foolish and tries to run away.
The Shadow's adventure continues in just a moment. You know, friends, it's true that nothing succeeds like success. In fact, nothing proves the merit of a product or the claims made for it as conclusively as its sales record. And the fact that Blue Coal ranks first in nationwide volume of sales is proof that it is a better anthracite. Countless thousands of you homeowners here and in communities the nation over have made that record possible. You've tried Blue Coal. You've compared it with other fuels. And you've kept Blue Coal's top-ranking position unchallenged throughout the year. Now there's a real treat ahead for you homeowners who haven't yet tried Blue Coal. There's the satisfaction of knowing you're getting the most in heating comfort that money can buy when you order Blue Coal by name. For the harmless blue coloring which identifies Blue Coal also guarantees you far better quality, far better all-around performance. Just try Blue Coal. Compare it with the coal you're burning at present. You'll see why Blue Coal is America's largest selling anthracite. You'll join those thousands of satisfied homeowners everywhere who know there's no substitute for Blue Coal for better heat with less furnace attention. So call your nearest Blue Coal dealer. His name is listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified phone directory under the words Blue Coal.
Step in there, young lady.
What? Oh, it's you, mister. Hey, did you hear it? Did you hear the funny record?
Yes, very funny. Where's the shadow?
I don't know where he is. Said he was a friend of yours.
He is a great friend of mine. I'd like to see him.
You can't see him, because even when he's here, he isn't. He just talks to you.
Ah, you're a fool, old man. Now, young lady, suppose you tell us what you know about the shadow.
The shadow?
Don't pretend that you don't know him. You brought him here. All right, you, Corbin.
Yes, Paula.
Take that piece of rope and tie the old man up.
Hey, what for? I ain't done nothing. I just did what you told me to. Honest, I did.
Shut up. Tie him well. No, you don't, young lady. Stay away from that door. Here, Corbin, give me a hand. The young lady doesn't want to stay here. Tie her up, too. That's it. Tie her to this chair. Fine. Now we will see.
What hit me? Paula, did you do that?
You may thank the shadow, Corbin.
The shadow. I can't see you. Where are you?
You hear where my voice comes from, don't you?
That's all I wanted to hear. I guess the last laugh belongs to Paula. It was too easy. Come, Corbin. We must get to the aerodrome. We have work to do. Come, Corbin. Hurry. Hurry, Corbin. The X-1 should land just at dawn. It will be light in a few moments.
I'm doing the best I can. I'm still worried about that girl and the old man back on Roberts Reef. You should have gotten rid of them.
As soon as I leave you at the airport, I will go back and close their mouths forever.
Leave me at the airport?
Certainly, Corbin. You're a pilot. It's up to you to fly the army ship out to sea alone and bury it.
Yes, but suppose something happens when I get out over the ocean. Suppose they Don't pick me up. This is dangerous, Paula.
Your strong suit is not courage, Corbin. But don't worry. You will be picked up, as will I. The rest of our operatives are waiting even now on the boat, 10 miles south of the Gordon Lightship.
Do you still have the plans for the plane with you?
Those plans have not been out of my sight since the day I got them. There's the entrance to the airport directly ahead.
What do you plan to do, Paula?
Simply this. The flight of this new plane has been veiled in greatest secrecy. There will be but one guard at the airport to meet us. Huh? You and I represent ourselves as inspectors from the War Department. Once we get aboard the plane, it is simple. We'll overcome the pilot and anyone else on board, and the rest will be up to you. Here. We can stop right here now.
Look, Paula. Look, there she is now. She's just landed.
And look right behind her. There are the 3 flying bombs coming in perfect formation. Come. Let's get over to the plane.
Sorry, sir. No one's permitted on this field.
Oh, I'm Harry Johnstone from the War Department, and this is Mr. Andrews, my assistant. We have been sent out to check the landing of the new plane.
Do you have any identification?
Identification? Why, the best in the world. Look, here are the plans for that ship. Is that good enough identification?
Well, it sure is.
Who is piloting her?
I believe Lieutenant Flint, sir.
Well, I'd like to get his report as to how she handled on her trip east.
Well, there he is, just coming out of the cabin. Oh, Lieutenant Flint.
Yes?
Mr. Johnson and Mr. Andrews from the War Department, sir.
We came up to get your report on the flight firsthand. Did you fly in alone?
Yes, sir. She handled beautifully in the air, and the flying bombs responded perfectly.
I've gone over these plans here, of course, but I would like to step into the cabin and see what it looks like.
Certainly. Right this way, sir. The pilot sits up ahead here in this heavily armored cockpit. Now, by closing this metal door, he can be shut off completely from the rest of the ship.
What is the purpose of that, Lieutenant?
It's just an added armor protection for the pilot and the shortwave mechanism that controls the flying bombs.
But, Lieutenant, can the pilot communicate with anyone in the other part of the ship when the door is closed?
Yes. Step into the cockpit here. Now, you see this microphone?
Yes.
That's connected with a loudspeaker installed in the rear of the ship so that the pilot constantly can be in contact with the rest of the crew, even if the armored door is shut.
Where's the equipment for the control of the flying bombs?
That's right here, sir. See this dial with numbers up to 50? You just set the indicator at any one of the numbers, and that throws the flying bomb of that particular number in line with the corresponding controls so that it can be manipulated separately. And these 3 dials here control speed, direction, and altitude. It's perfectly simple. Is there anything more I can show you, sir?
No. You have been a great help, Lieutenant. What is that switch in back of us?
Oh, this? Well, that's the...
Oh! All right, Corbin. Take off immediately. As soon as you get in motion, I'll push the pilot out and jump out myself and tell the guard that you are running away with the ship. There. There he goes. Now, hurry, Corbin. Take her off. Good luck, Corbin. I'm going to jump now. Help! Stop! Help! Stop!
Well, Corbin, your plan has worked perfectly. Up to now.
What? Who said that?
The Shadow.
But how did you get here?
I came with you in the car from Ryan's shack on Robber's Reef. You cannot escape from the Shadow.
But Paula killed you.
No. He only shot at my voice.
Where are you now?
I am in the shadows of a cabin in back of you, but I can see you well enough to shoot you if you don't bring this plane down immediately.
No, don't shoot. I'll bring it down. Only don't shoot.
Open that door. Open that door, I tell you.
Well, Mr. Shadow, you can shoot your heart's content. Perhaps you heard Lieutenant Flynn say that the pilot's cockpit is well armored.
Corbett, bring this plane down.
I'll bring it down all right. The 3 flying bombs in the ocean 10 miles south of the Gordon Lightship. But when the plane lands, you will land in it alone. For I will leave it by parachute before it goes into its last power dive. What do you think of that, Mr. Shadow? Why don't you speak? Shadow, can't you hear me?
I hear you all right, Corbin. And thanks for the suggestion about a parachute. It was nice of you.
to the ends of the earth. You'll never get away. Goodbye, Corbin.
What's the matter with those mechanics? Can't they get that pursuit ship started? Look at that plane gain altitude.
Take it easy, Lieutenant Flynn. The mechanics are warming it up as fast as they can. How's your head? You got a nasty crack.
It's all right. It's all right. Wait till I get my hands on that guy. Where did the other one go to?
In the excitement, he ducked into a car and beat it.
You send out a police call?
Sure, first thing. Hey, look. Look. Someone just bailed out of the ship.
Now, that's funny. The parachute's opening, but I can't see anybody.
That's the darndest thing I ever saw in my life.
Look, the number one flying bomb is diving for the parachute.
Will it explode if it hits the parachute?
Once the firing mechanism is released, it'll go off and hit anything.
Oh, my Lord. It just missed the parachute. And it's diving. It's diving straight towards us. It's out of control. Quick, I pedal the ground. Take off.
You all right?
Yeah. Yes, but boy, I hate to be any closer.
What happened to that parachute?
It came down right in back of us. But I still can't see anyone.
Well, I can't stop now. I gotta take off and force that guy down.
Lieutenant Flynn.
Huh? I'm hearing things. Boy, must have gotten a worse smack on the head than I thought.
No, it's not your imagination, Lieutenant. You're hearing the voice of the shadow.
The shadow? Well, who are you? Where are you? How did you get here?
I'm in the cockpit right behind you, and we have no time for explanations. Lieutenant, you and I have caught up with a gang of international spies.
Oh, so that's their game. Well, how do you know this?
I've been with them all night, followed their every move. Perhaps you saw me bail out of the stolen plane.
Yeah, and you nearly got blown to Kingdom Come by that flying bomb.
Too close for comfort. What is your first move, Lieutenant?
Well, I'm going to fly close to the stolen plane and call by radio. And if that crook won't listen to reason, I'll force him down.
Good. You're almost close enough now.
Yeah. He sees it. Look, one of the flying bombs is turning. It's heading right for us.
Can you turn out of its way?
I'll try. Those things are too fast. They can turn on a dime. Look at that thing fly.
Your only chance is to shoot it down. Can you hit it?
I've got to.
Good shooting, Lieutenant.
My lord. Look, that madman has released the one remaining bomb.
Yes. He's right behind us. Our only chance is to put this plane into a power dive.
Here goes.
It's still right on our tail.
If I could only get to that rear machine gun.
I'll handle it.
You know how to use it?
Yes.
You got it. You got it, Shadow. Wow, that was close.
Now I think Corbin will listen to reason. I'll call him by shortwave. Calling plane X1. Calling plane X1. Corbin, this is your last warning. Land that plane.
No, don't shoot me down. Don't shoot. I'll land the plane. Only don't shoot.
Turn immediately and go back to the airport.
All right. All right. I'm turning.
Boy, that's a good day's work finished.
For you, but not for me.
Now, what do you mean, Shadow?
There are several things left undone. The Coast Guard must be instructed to pick up a boat 10 miles south of Gordon Light. It has Baller's operatives on board.
Oh, we can do that right now.
As soon as we see Corbin safely landed and in the hands of the guards, you must fly me to Robbers Reef. Baller's headed there, and he must be captured. I'll call the ground at once and have the police notified to follow up.
Who's there?
Paula, what do you want? What are you doing here?
Well, I'm glad to see my little birds have not flown. And now, young lady, there are a few questions I would like to ask you.
Can't you loosen these ropes a little? They're cutting my arms.
In a few minutes, they won't hurt your arms anymore. Nothing will hurt you anymore. Was there a boat or did a plane land here?
A plane? You couldn't land a plane on Robbers Reef. Say, mister, when are you going to untie me?
I'm not going to untie you. I'm going to kill you.
Me? I ain't done nothing. What you want to kill me for? I only did what you told me.
Oh, you fiend.
You are the only one left, young lady. The shadow is dead, and you... Who's there? Who closed that door?
The shadow.
But the shadow is dead.
No, Bola, the shadow is not dead. Put that gun away. I showed you once that you could not shoot a voice.
No, but I can shoot a very lovely young lady, Shadow. And I don't think you'd care for that. I'm going out this door, and I'm going to shut it after me. If it opens, I shoot. And if I don't hit you, Shadow, I'm going to kill this girl. You can't stop Paula. No one can stop Paula. But the police, I'll shoot them like dogs. I'll kill every one of them. I'll kill...
They got it. You all right, Margot?
Yes, Lamont.
Here, I'll cut these ropes. We have to get out of here.
Thank you, Lamont.
Well, Margot, they've killed Borland. I hate to see any man die by violence. But if that man dedicates his life to the evil task of plotting and espionage against a friendly country, he faces but one fate. And that fate is justly death by violence.
But now here's John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert.
Thank you, Ken Roberts, and good afternoon, everyone. I think it's a fact that of all things a man owns and operates, he knows less about his furnace than anything else. Now, the weather this time of year, as Ken Roberts said earlier in the program, is particularly treacherous. You've got to pay strict attention to the control of your fire and your furnace dampers to keep the house from becoming chilled off or suddenly overheated as the temperature falls and rises outside. So if you have any question in your mind about damper control, or if you want to be sure you're operating your furnace in the most efficient and most economical manner, here's what I suggest you do. Call your nearest Blue Coal dealer. Ask him to send a John Barclay serviceman to check up on your furnace. John Barclay men are trained heating experts. They can show you how to get the best possible heating results. And there's absolutely no charge or obligation of any sort for their advice. Always feel free to call on your Blue Coal dealer. I thank you.
Today's program is based on a story copyrighted by the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. The Shadow magazine is now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort.
Oh, the day's come to end now. Work's all done, let's take a bow. Smiles and joy on every face. It's time to leave this happy place. Packed our gears and locked the door. Running free just like before. Rising high as the stars above. In work we find a piece of love. Oh, daily triumph, here we go. As we leave the candles glow. Goodbye, office, see you soon. Till tomorrow in the afternoon. Laughter rings from all around. In this space joy can be found. Tasks are finished, time to play. Bidding adieu to another day. Oh, daily triumph, here we go. As we leave the candles glow. Goodbye, office, see you soon. Till tomorrow in the afternoon. Laughter rings from all around. In this space joy can be found. Tasks are finished, time to play. Bidding adieu to another day. Oh, daily triumph, here we go. As we leave the candles glow. smiles. We'll be back in just a while.